Hola mis amigos, today I will be performing the Sushiquik challenge brought to you by Sushiquik. So I would like to thank Lisa T, Let's Cook Something, and Sushiquik for sending me this challenge. So without further ado, today we are making a Cajun shrimp sushi roll. Okay, so I am very excited about today's recipe because sushi is actually my favorite food, and I generally roll sushi several times a year, but I don't do it as often as I would like to because it can be a very tedious process. So hopefully with the Sushiquik, things will be a lot better for me. So here I have the Sushiquik stand, and I am just going to add the roller. And to that I'm going to add my nori or seaweed paper. And this part I'm pretty excited to check out. This is the training frame here to the Sushiquik. So this will allow you to make sure that you have just the right amount of rice on it. And by the way, this is my absolute first time using the Sushiquik. I have not practiced with it or done anything with it, but I typically use a regular bamboo mat when rolling my sushi. So this is a first time experience here. So next I'm going to add my rice, and I have seasoned my rice with just a regular sushi seasoning here. And I like this because you don't have to add any sugar or anything, it's already all built in. So I am just going to use my rice ladle and add some rice. And with the training frame, you just want to spread your rice until it is just even with the top of the frame. Okay, so we've got a good amount of the rice onto our nori paper, and be aware, sushi rice is also called sticky rice for a reason, and you'll find that it starts to stick to your seaweed and will start to sort of tug away from you when you are pressing it down, so you just want to be careful about that. So now I'm just going to remove the training frame, and as we can see, it left about a ½ inch at the bottom, at the top, and on the side. So now we're ready to start filling. So I have a basic filling here of some cucumber, which I'm going to put on about, leaving about, I don't know, a quarter of the way up from the end here. And I'm going to add also some cream cheese. And some avocado, which I cut earlier, so it's starting to brown a little bit, but that is okay. And the star of our show, I have here some shrimp that I have sauteed in a little bit of sesame oil on the stove with some Creole Cajun seasoning, and then I cut them into smaller pieces. So I am just going to add that right here into the roll. And you want to add your ingredients, keeping in mind that you are going to be cutting your sushi, so you want to be able to have some of everything in every bite. Okay, so now it's showtime. Now it's time to attempt to roll this. Again, this is my first time using the Sushiquik, so it may not come out perfect right away, but we'll see what happens here. So I'm just going to grab the end here, holding on to the seaweed with my index fingers. And I am just going to quickly try to fold over, tucking in all of our ingredients. Some of the shrimp is escaping, but that's okay. And I'm just going to press this down and squeeze it. And so far so good, not too terrible there. I do see some of the avocado has come out, but not that big of a deal. I'm going to proceed, and actually I'm going to slide it back a little bit. And here I have a mixture of some sesame oil and some of that rice vinegar, and I'm just going to give this a brush right on the end to help to seal our sushi, and it will also add a little bit of that sesame flavor. And I'm just going to proceed with the rolling. So once again, I am going to give this another fold and a squeeze. And one more time just to seal and tighten. And there we have it, a nicely sealed roll. Not too bad at all. Okay, so now we're ready for the slicing of our roll. So I will be using a sushi knife. I highly recommend getting one of these. They're designed specifically with sushi in mind, and you don't have to worry about any of the sushi sticking to it at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it straight in the center first. And then line them up and start cutting it into uniform pieces. I usually have my sushi about an inch thick. And you'll get about 6 to 8 rolls. And I should also mention that your Sushiquik will come with one of these cutting templates, but as you see, I just used my regular sushi cut, but you can definitely use this if you are a first timer and you just want to make sure that everything is nice and uniform. Okay, now we're ready to plate this up. Now the plating part for me is very important because I know the ingredients that are in here seem very simple, and you can perhaps even argue that they are boring, but for me, the plating is where it's at. That's where I add a lot of additional flavor, and the seasoning will come through at that point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting all of the rolls here on the plate, and then I have some of that shrimp that I left whole that I am just going to put right into those ends, just to remind us that this is a shrimp roll that we are eating. And I also have here some ebi fumi furikake, which is a rice seasoning that has some sesame seeds, some nori in there, and also some more shrimp. So I'm just going to give that a light sprinkle on the plate. And yes, I do like my sushi plates nice and messy because again, I tend to add a lot of flavor at that point. I'm also going to give it another hit of some of that Cajun seasoning. I just have a handful here and I am just going to sprinkle it right onto the plate. And you can use one that is not very spicy if you prefer, but I really love a nice and spicy dish. And to add a little extra flavor here, I am going to add some Sriracha. So I'm just going to drizzle that right over the top of that roll. Again, this is adding spice, so if you are not into spicy food, you can totally leave that part out. And last but not least, I'm going to add some wasabi for extra spice and flavor. And some ginger to cleanse your palate between different sushi rolls. And there you have it. The Sushiquik also comes with these containers here used to store the Sushiquik itself, but it's also used to serve your soy sauce. So I have poured some soy sauce into one of them here. And by the way, I am using the low sodium soy sauce because our Cajun seasoning already has plenty of sodium in it. And there you have it. We are good and ready to serve. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This was absolutely fun to make. And the Sushiquik is highly recommended for anyone who is trying to make sushi at home but maybe a beginner. I would definitely recommend you check that out. Also check out all of the other challengers' recipes. I will have their links in the description box below, so be sure to check out their channels and subscribe to them as well. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I really love to hear what you have to say, and I will see you next time. Cajun shrimp sushi roll. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the dinner table.